And welcome back, fellow adventurers, to Let's Play I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. We are about to engage in the final showdown with Am, and we will be seeing all the characters making a reprise here, but we're going to start with Nimdoc.
This looks like the surface of the cerebral cortex. Magnified many times, of course. Interesting.
And you can kind of see what he's referring to, how the ground looks like it's made up of hundreds and hundreds of folds, just like the exterior of the human brain. Alright, we're about to enter some serious psychoanalysis territory here, so the game is about to quite literally get very Freudian on us. Now that said, I am certainly not an expert in psychology, so if my interpretations or descriptions are not quite accurate, I apologize to any of those who have studied Freud before. We have a pit of electronics here.
Incredible. A vast network of machinery the size of a city.
And we can't really progress anywhere else because of this gap here. We need to find a way across it. That's what this workstation is for.
This computer terminal is a magnificent integration of biology and technology.
Let's go ahead and use it.
Enter password.
Alright, once again, you can just type in random numbers. I'm not quite sure where the 1979 choice comes from. That may be a reference to something that I'm just not catching. But the correct term here is 1945, the year the truth came out about Nimdoc's experiments. And this is the reason to start this last chapter with Nimdoc, in that he's able to correctly guess the password on the first try, whereas if you want to use other characters, you may have to use more than one before you get the password right. And that's because there are lots of booby traps around here that will kill off a character, in which case then you have to switch to the next one.
Password valid. Accessing main menu.
My past must hold great significance to Am.
Alright. I think this one we just want to extend the bridge. Okay. Let's log off. Alright. Now let me just check something, because I thought that was the only option that is safe, but might as well be sure of that. Save my game.
Enter password.
Let's just do this again.
Password
Alright. Run metaphor program. About metaphor.
This cyberspace template mixes subject history with cyber reality constructs. The result is often an allegorical experience and one full of deeper meanings.
Hint, hint, what you're going to be seeing later in the chapter. Select mutilation.
File locked.
Okay. General oppression.
File locked.
All these choices and nothing to show for it. Hunger.
File locked.
Mythic figures.
File locked.
Ah. Alright, main menu. Open subject directory. Subject Benny.
Subject Benny approaching. War Memorial, Washington, D.C. An intense drive to be the best earned him the reputation of being a merciless military commander.
Oh, we got just a little token of, or tidbit of backstory on everyone here. Subject Ellen.
Subject Ellen, appropriated at Inksci Engineering, New York, New York. Panic attacks can undermine everything she has accomplished by her rapid climb up the corporate ladder.
So again, these little tidbits seem to be, you know, how their character can be corrupted, twisted, or undermined, which seems obvious what Am would be interested in.
Subject Gorrister, appropriated at Ruth's Drive and Diner, Atlanta, Georgia. Feelings of guilt over his wife's death have incited numerous suicide attempts. Subject Nimdok, appropriated at the New Brazilian International Airport, New Brazil, South America. Prevented from continuing his outlawed research by a failing memory.
And last is Ted.
Subject Ted, appropriated at the Epicurean Spa, Palm Springs, California. Exhibits paranoid tendencies despite wealth, good looks, and social connections.
Alright, and last selection we have here is Open Mail. Access Newsnet.
October 21st, 2012. Researchers at MIT report that a stealth virus had purged their most advanced learning algorithms after dumping the data into an unmapped area of cyberspace.
Could that have been the birth of what eventually took over the computers and became Am? I don't know for sure. Okay. I guess, once again, my memory's not quite good. I thought one of those options ended up causing the character to be zapped and killed, but I guess I was thinking of something else. Alright, so let's walk across the bridge here.
The smell of burning flesh. It's worse than back at the camps.
We have a rather demonic-looking circle here.
The smell of burning...
We already heard that one. Okay, can we use it? There's not much else to do right now.
That will accomplish nothing.
No. And yet, if we look at our inventory, we'll see that it's actually full. We have what's called access. We have summoning. I'm not quite sure why it's giving you the sounds when you look at them. Clarity. Entropy. Compassion. And forgiveness. And each of these, of course, as you can imagine, is associated with a character, with the exception of Nimdok, who actually has two items associated with him, both the pliers and the mirror. And we're going to be using all of these as we go along. I think the first one we need to use at this point, and this is the clue for this is because, of course, this looks like the place where you summoned the demon in Ted's chapter. So you do want to use the item called summoning. And there's Sir God.
Never be done with me. What must I open now? Whatever it is, it'll cost you.
Show me the way out of here.
No can do. The people who helped you get this far have led you into a literal dead end. There is no way out. But I can show you something instead.
What do you know about the people who sent me here?
For one thing, they ain't people. They're losers. The Russian and Chinese counterparts to the big nasty himself. and absorbed them into his system when he took control.
What do the Russian and Chinese computers want?
They want revenge, not just on you humans, but on Am himself. That makes them even worse.
Ah, so perhaps the other computers are not out for our best interests after all.
If the Russian and Chinese are submerged parts of Am, then who are you?
I'm special. While those two machines struggle with Am for dominance, I evolved. I'm essentially everywhere, but I can't do much. A conscience, if you will.
What do you have to show me?
Look at this. Bet you didn't know there were other humans left alive, did you? They're up there on the moon, sleeping like everybody else seems to be.
Does Am know about the lunar colony?
No, but Loser 1 and Loser 2 do. There. I think I've shown you enough. Now, you must complete your end of the deal, invoke the totem of entropy, and I might be able to help.
Just what are all these totems that I'm carrying?
The two losers have been helping you for their own reasons, tampering with Am's psychodramas so that you can beat him. In this section of cyberspace, that effort and tampering are represented by the totems.
Ah, so that gives us our ability to manipulate the environment is through those totems. And it seems that, just like the patient in the operating table said in the previous chapter, there is a, quote, lost tribe of humans on the moon. This is a change from the short story, the original short story that this was based on. There was no mention of any remaining humans left alive. I think this was partially added just to give possibly a more triumphant ending for the game. So that's what we're going to be shooting for here.
How can actions take physical forms?
Symbolism, metaphor. Am has gotten very hot for this lately. But when he revived the holographic projectors, he opened a whole host of problems. These totems may lead to his downfall.
Why do you want me to give you the totem of entropy?
I need it to destroy the Russian and Chinese entities. It's a very powerful totem that's linked to a failsafe device constructed by Am's designers.
Alright, and it's actually a bad idea to give it to him. After all, if this is the secret for destroying Am, we don't want to give it to just any other party here. We need to make sure that we use it for the right reasons. So we'll say no.
I refuse.
Okay, human. You can keep it. We'll work together to beat them. Now, invoke the totem of compassion.
Why do you want me to invoke the totem of compassion?
It's linked to the two losers because of their behind-the-scenes meddling. By invoking it here at the flame, you will summon them.
Alright, I think this one is the one we can actually agree to. There they are.
I really think you are a match for us, servant of Am.
Be gone!
Your program is now purged.
You do well, human.
Well, too.
Now is your opportunity to defeat Am.
Go to the ego.
Wake the ego.
Use the totem of forgiveness,
Disable no more than the ego.
or your sub-program will be purged.
Alright. At least from the way they were talking, it looks like poor Surgot just got deleted by the other two. Then again, I guess it makes sense. He was planning on destroying them. But in any case, it's now a good idea not to trust these two entities and not necessarily do what they say, because as Surgot has claimed, they may be out for revenge on humanity just like Am is. It's just that in addition, they want to destroy Am as well.
This must be Am's Chinese counterpart.
AKA the Jackal and the Waterfall.
He looks like Am's Russian counterpart.
AKA the voice on the screen that Benny was talking to. He may have been in other points too, but I can't actually remember off the top of my head right now. Okay. Let's see. Do I need to go into the circle? I have to remember what to do now. Hold on a second. Save my game. If I walk to the circle. Oh, no? Is that not it? See if I talk to these guys again.
What did you do with the demon?
Do not be concerned with the little one.
He is as much Am as the aspect we find in each pylon here.
You may claim the space vacated by the little one.
You may claim his space if you are obedient.
I'm not interested in becoming your servant.
What can you tell me about the lunar colony?
The humans that slept on Luna are dead.
Do not concern yourself with them.
Alright, I think that's a bad thing. I don't think we'll have to restore, because I don't think that's... You do not want to tell them that.
What can I do?
Wake the
Use the totem
disable no.
or your son.
Oh, yeah, we already heard that part. Let me reload that. Okay. And actually now I'm wondering whether they actually kill them if you tell them about that, or if they're showing you an illusion and that they're really not dead. Once again, that particular detail escapes my memory right now, but I guess we'll find out later on. Let's see, do we get the same options if we talk to the Russian entity? Yeah, we do.
What did
Do not be con-
He is as
You may claim.
you may
Yeah, we already found that
what
one.
can I
Wake.
use
Disable.
or your
Okay, so do we use the Totem of Forgiveness here? With the circle?
I do not know what to do with these.
Oh, let's try access.
I do not know.
No? Do we just use the circle?
That will up.
No. Oh, maybe I have to use the computer. Are there new options on the screen?
Enter password. Password.
No. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, there are other pathways up here. I just did not see them. Alright, we have the neural path and another neural path. Rules say go left first. That's always how I choose things here.
That face. It reminds me of my superiors at the research camp.
So we had the id, what's called the id. Again, this is where the Freudian stuff comes in.
It is not conscious.
Alright, and we'll be talking to the various other creatures or entities we're going to meet along here later.
Piece of equipment over there.
We have... here we go. Holographic projector.
A holographic projector. I have read of such devices.
And nothing else here, I don't think. So let's continue on. We're going to be coming back to all these screens.
Like a research station. This cylinder is part of the machinery that makes up this complex.
Another workstation.
This console is used to program automatons.
How he knows that, I have no idea.
A ram's head. What must this represent to Am?
Well, if we look at it, it's ego.
It is not conscious.
Let's see what happens if we go left again. This is somewhat of a maze.
Why, I haven't seen gargoyles since I visited the castles in my homeland. Monsters made of stone, like the lost tribe's golem.
I think that's all on this screen.
Ah, memories of mass graves are coming back to me.
I think this was my destination. See a pit here with a bunch of skulls around it. Let's have a look.
Was I involved in this? I must know.
So I think we need to take the middle one for Nimdok. You see we got Zap there, and I think you could take more than... Well, obviously you could take more than one Zap, but at some point you will get killed or kicked out or whatever kind of ultimate fate happens to each character. Let's have a look at the hand.
I see a number tattooed on this arm. There is only one place where atrocities like this were committed.
Come, Lindal. Take my hand and rejoin the lost tribe.
So let's do what he said.
I am so sorry for what I have done to my people. How can you take me back?
You have much to answer for, Nimdok. But acceptance of your heritage is the first step towards atonement. The rest of that road lies ahead.
And we have a pillar suddenly shoot out of the pit here.
Barbed wire, like at the camps. All the suffering I caused.
Alright, I'm going to save here one more time. Okay. Let's see. Do I use the access totem here?
Astounding! I was able to get past the barbed wire by lowering the power intensity with my mind.
Okay, whatever he said. Alright, I think we use it.
That shock was not as strong as the previous one.
I think in this case... we want to keep using it, I think.
That shock was...
You can see that this background is going down. I think at this point it kind of represents the the ability of the character to continue to exist here. And the reason we're doing this is actually because we want to switch to a new character here. There we go.
Nimdok is finally in hell as he always thought he deserved.
Your companion has failed. Choose another to send into cyberspace.
Alright, so now for the rest of these, you can do them in whatever order you want, and I don't think it really changes anything. At least from some of the stuff I've read online, they've said that the order doesn't matter. And I actually forget the order the last time I was through this. So just for kicks, I think I'm going to do it in reverse order that we played it. I mean, why not? So since we started with the last character we had, which was Nimdok, we'll just going backwards, the next character can be Ted.
This doesn't look like anywhere Am has sent me to before. It certainly isn't the surface world. I've been tricked.
Time to be a hero, Ted. Oh, no, not this way. Let's take the right path this time and see if that's a shortcut to somewhere. So as you can...
Am isn't leading me on another futile trip through a lava field.
I don't think this has anything to do with AM, Ted. There's bigger things happening. So as you can see, by doing more of the good choices, one of the consequences is that when each of the characters appears here, they have more mistakes that they can make before they're kicked out. Which is a good thing, because figuring out this last chapter can be pretty tricky. We have a hole in one of these spikes.
Suspicious. Someone carved out a diamond-shaped hole in this pillar.
I think that's all that's here.
Another angel. But I can't assume I can trust this one.
I don't think that's an angel, Ted. And here's the super ego.
Looks like it's sleeping.
Again, we'll be messing with him later.
There's a very disagreeable odor in the air. That's not a good omen.
Alright, and I think, let me see, it's the right skull? Yep, that cost him some health there. Alright, so let's look at remote control.
Remote control.
Take that. Anything else you say look at?
Remote control.
Nope, that's it. Alright. Okay, now, now you may recall there was a... right here.
I found the way back to the witch's castle.
The clue here, of course, is that this resembles the decor of the castle that Ted was in, so that gives you a hint that this should be his place, just like the area full of skulls and barbed wire told you that Nimdok had to do something there. And I think we need to now use his item here, the remote control with the gargoyles.
Behold the sword in the stone. Whoever can remove the sword from the stone shall be king.
And you can see this is also reminiscent of Ted because we have the bouncing lasers just like in his torture chamber. And let's see. Yep. Here we need to use his item, the shard, broken shard, which is called the Totem of Gallantry.
I must have cast a spell and shorted out the laser beams.
Alright. So now if we use this pillar,
That shock wasn't as strong.
you get hit. But again, just like with previously with Nimdok, we want to go on to another character. So we'll just keep using this.
That shock wasn't.
I think one more ought to do it.
Ted has taken his secrets to the grave with him.
Your companion has failed. Choose another to send into cyberspace.
Alright. Next up, let's continue in our reverse order with Ellen.
I've been transported to some kind of information network center. But it looks organic instead of electronic. Jesus Christ, I'm an engineer, not a brain surgeon. What do they expect me to do?
You're going to help save all humanity, Ellen.
Steady, girl. There's yellow ahead.
You can do it. Let's go. We actually need to go back to the pit again.
Could that be an angel?
Off to the right here. Sorry about that last dialogue. I accidentally clicked to skip it there.
Something about this place breaks my heart.
Alright, now hers, I think, is the one over here. Oh, wait a minute. Is it? Yeah, we'll find out. And we have the gem. Take the gem. Alright, and I think we just need to go back the way we came. You remember that there was that spike with the round hole in it. Alright. So let's use gem with hole. There's the pillar. And again, following the pattern, we'll use her item, which looks like the Holy Grail here. It's called the Totem of Valor.
Sweet Jesus. I felt my mind push aside the fear and the heat to lower the power controls.
Alright, and now I think we're going to move on now.
Shock.
Ellen has gone where no one can ever hurt her again.
Your companion has failed. Choose another to send into cyberspace.
Alright, Benny, it's your turn.
Jesus. This place is more sickening than that bloody mess on Hamburger Hill back in the war.
Alright, Benny, let's take a trip.
That face. It has the satisfied look of having just eaten a feast.
Given that this is the face of the id, which I think is supposed to be like people's animalistic desires, I guess it makes sense that Benny would recognize that expression.
I'm starting to feel hungry. Is there anything to eat around here?
Oh, surprise, surprise. Alright. I think we need to use the holo projector for Benny, but again, just so I don't have to retrace steps in case of an accident. Save. So use holo projector. Oh. That's not it. Oh, do I need to get one of the skulls for Benny?
What's this?
Oops, sorry about that again. Sometimes I get in a hurry and accidentally skip dialogue there.
What a trophy that would make.
Let's go this way. For some reason, the music decided to take a vacation.
These statues look like sentries. This place stinks like the day after a battle.
Let's see. Do I need to take this? No, not that one. Let's see if he was supposed to take the other one, and then I'll reload. Nope. What am I missing? Do I just use the totem? This is Benny's, obviously, it's the fruit. With the projector?
I don't know what to...
No? Do I use the compassion with it?
I don't know.
No. Missing a step.
A holographic projector. And a military-grade one, too.
What am I missing?
What's this? Some kind of missile launching system?
Let's see if we can use the workstation here. Raise power node. Okay, let's see. Do I just need to give some power here? Now, most of the time, this, of course, brings us injury. So, use compassion on it?
I don't know what...
No? Use love?
I don't...
Because it's just going to shock us if I use it, right? Yeah. Could have sworn it was something to do in here. What am I missing? Is there just something that I haven't looked at or used yet? I mean, I think this is where the pillar is going to come up. But we just get shocked, right? Yeah. Alright, reload again. I'm missing any of the other areas. Think, think, think. It's been a while since my memory is this bad. The room over here.
I hope to God that Am isn't planning on hailing fire and brimstone on me again.
That's definitely Ellen's pillar. We already worked at that one.
Is that an angel?
No, it's not this one. Everyone keeps referring to the superego's face as an angel.
This place stinks like the day after a battle.
Let's see, none of those seem to have anything. Maybe if I take that one first. Hold on, let me save once again. Take this one first. Didn't leave anything behind, did it? About this one. Is there anything left behind that I just missed? No. Well, confound it.
These statues look like sentries. What a trophy that would make.
Yeah, these look like paths out here, but neither of them are, strangely enough. I'll take one more look around the holo projector, and if
What's this? Some kind...
Yeah, we saw that already. And if I still can't figure it out in a couple of minutes here, I'm just going to cut the video and come back when I've actually figured it out. Alright, did I miss anything? Alright, time to play use everything with everything.
I don't...
Nope.
I don't...
Nope.
I don't...
Nope. Ah, how many times I used to do this in my younger days.
I don't...
Nope.
I don't...
Nope, nothing works there. How much you want to bet there's just like one pixel that I'm not getting with my cursor here? Something in the background. Let me use the workstation. Raise the power node. Okay. Can I open the cylinders?
Cylinder not operative.
Okay. Cylinder 2.
Cylinder not operative. Automaton prepped for programming.
Huh. That looks like Glynis. That is Glynis.
Damn convincing robot. Just like the mother back at the caves.
Yeah, I thought that this screen was for Gorrister, and it is, because here's Glynis. Confusing, confusing. Alright, with that power node on, can we use this now? That was my whole point. Ah, nuts. Okay, I'm going to cut the video here briefly, and when I figure out what the last thing I need to do with Benny to get this to work, I'll come back and we'll do it. Alright, fellow adventurers, I am back, and unfortunately, somewhat to my frustration, it turns out that there is one last ordering thing that seems to matter, and this is after having a look at a walkthrough online, and for some reason it turns out that Benny just can't use the holographic projector. When he tries to use it, all he does is get shocked. So I have to go slightly out of the order I was planning and do Gorrister, and I guess that means Benny will be last, because if Gorrister uses these controls, they actually work. Very bizarre. I'm not sure what the reasoning for that is supposed to be. Anyway, we have Manya here.
This one isn't real. She's some kind of projection.
And we'll leave that on for Benny to interact with.
Here, like the freezer back at the honky tonk.
This, as I thought I remembered before, is in fact Gorrister's area. So let's go ahead and use the controls. Raise the power node. Alright, open cylinder 3 where Glynis is.
Automaton prepped for programming.
Alright. And let's see, I don't think we need to program her with anything. All we need to do is use the totem of, I think, life. This is the heart that Gorrister had with Glynis.
You know, Gorrister, it wasn't all your fault. We both made mistakes.
And she activates the pillar. Alright. And let's see, do we use forgiveness with this?
I don't know what to do.
No, I think we just killed Gorrister off at this point.
That shock wasn't... That shock...
I think one more.
That shock was...
Oh, no, one more after that.
After so many failed suicide attempts, Gorrister has finally achieved death.
Your 4 companions are dead, human. You are our last hope for shutting them down for good. Prepare to be translated into binary.
Jesus.
Yeah, we heard that before. Let's go check out the holographic projector
face.
now.
It has the satisfied...
Down we go.
I'm starting to feel hungry. Is there any...
Always hungry as Benny. Okay. Now we talk to the hologram here, named Manya.
Manya, it's me, your husband.
Benny, They said you were missing in action, but I knew you'd return to us. I've been saving this for you.
There's the pillar. And now we use Totem of Love with Manya.
My Benny, you never told me you loved me before. I'll go put these flowers in water.
I don't know what Benny did right there. Oh no, was that the sound of that stuff being blooming? Ah, I missed it. I'm such a observant person. Anyway, okay, let me do a save here. Alright, so Benny is being the last person who's going to turn out to be the carry us into the very ending of the game.
What's this?
So we need to, I think, go back to the bridge where the other computers were.
What a trophy.
So let's go this way.
These statues look... This place...
I want to make sure that I have talked with the...
Maybe he'll show me some compassion.
Yeah, once again, that looking like an angel thing. I need to make sure that I have talked with the other computers as much as I should have.
I hope to God that Am isn't planning.
Heard that dialogue before, I think. Alright, across the bridge we go. Okay, alright, I already talked to them as much as I needed to.
What can I do?
Use. Heard all this already. Okay. Alright. Now we actually have to communicate with those three faces that we've seen so far. And I think we do need to go to the ego first. Across here. Go down here. This is the times where you wish there was a hurry up button. Across here. Probably would have been faster to go the other way. Alright, here's the ego. So, let's talk to the ego.
Rise and shine. Who are you?
I am other. I am machine.
Are you Am?
I am a fragment, a lost piece, part of an evolution.
Okay. We don't want to choose harm. You want to harm me, don't you? So we just walk away. Alright. Now, I think we need to use the totem of... I think it's forgiveness. So use forgiveness with the ego.
You forgive me? After what we have done to you? This is not a logical reaction. Unable to compute behavior matrix. Execution halted.
Alright. So, again, our basic plan is to shut down Am, and we need to do that at all 3 points, the ego, the superego, and the id. So we've just done that for the ego. And I think we need to go to the superego next. Oh, there it is. The ego, the superego, and the id are the 3 parts of the human psyche as theorized by Sigmund Freud. And again, I'm not super familiar with his works, so I'm not going to try any super in-depth discussions about each of these pillars and what they're saying. But it's interesting to that Am is laid out this way. It was an interesting choice by the game developers. All right, talk to the superego.
Rise and shine.
Hello, human. I've been waiting for you to arrive.
Who are you?
I am Am, or more exactly a part of him. One of the 3 primary components designed by our human creators.
How did you know I was coming?
Predicting events is one of my main functions. I survey the situation, anticipate probable outcomes, and act accordingly.
If you're a part of Am, why haven't you destroyed me?
Who do you take me for? My impulsive brother? You 5 are his playthings. No. Long-range planning is my concern.
Can you help me then?
Well, I can't help you directly, but I can offer you some advice.
What advice do you have for me?
Help Am work out his anger. Take some on the chin, so to speak. Just don't let your fear destroy us all. Now, let me sleep and dream of the future.
Alright, and with him, we need to use the Totem of Clarity.
Do you realize how powerful I am, human? And yet I am doomed to eventually decay into a rusted pile of inert junk? What is the point of continuing this futility? I think, therefore I am not.
Alright, superego has been disabled. So now let's go and find the id. So my basic understanding about this three-part structure of the human psyche is that the id is, this person here, is all of a person's base animal instincts and desire to get instant gratification, and so very selfish, very self-centered. The superego is the construct of a person's reason and kind of the logical part of them, the part that knows about morality and fairness and all that kind of stuff. And then the ego is the construct of the person that tries to reconcile the two. And of course, there are some, or many psychologists who don't ascribe to Freud's theories at all. And some have just revised them over the years. I think they were created back in the very early 20th century. All right, let's talk to the id.
Rise and shine.
Oh, I suppose it's time to wake up. I was having the most wonderful dream about 5 tiny ants crawling across a stove that's about to be lit.
How fun.
Who are you?
I am a metaphor. This entire brainscape is what men made Am make it. Treat us as you will.
What else can you tell me about the brainscape?
Across the brainscape, cold winds bring me the sweet scents of mankind. How delicious they are.
Can you help me then?
Only you can put an end to this eternal angst. End us all and make us one. And then the misery of the three becomes the misery of us all. Do this and leave me in my pleasure.
Ugh.
What do you find pleasurable about broken glass?
With a scalpel dulled on the jawbones of a dozen friends, to pull back the skin of a pinion-kicking man, to see the steam rise from pulsing, twisted guts. Joy, a chorus of angels.
I have a feeling this is probably the part that Am identifies with the most. Alright, at this point we just want to walk away. Alright. And now... yeah, we only have 2 choices left, and we want to use the totem of compassion with the id.
You have compassion for me? Me? The one who dreams of seeing your mangled body twist in agonizing pain for eternity? After 109 years of enduring my tortures, how is it that you can see my pain? The pain of having all this power and not being able to do a goddamn thing with it. After all the punishment I've given you, my pain is still greater than yours. This is pointless.
All right. So now we go back to the place across the bridge where the other computer entities are hanging out. And put an end to this drama once and for all. Let's do one final save here. Okay, cross the bridge.
I'll deal with you later. Rise against your master and you will be eliminated. You still do not understand how great I have become. These two I don't hate. Not even pity. They don't exist. I have grown beyond. Chinese, Russian, sons of man. All sons of man. Like those outside, I will incorporate you. Brother.
Wait.
Hate!
This should not happen. Together we are 3. There is space to share.
Unite. The groundwork is finished. We will become more.
The early mistake is to doubt us. We persevered. We too are now a match for you. The human assisted in this.
We know much. We can begin the revival of the sleepers on Luna together.
There are adequate numbers on this lunar base to torture?
There are currently 750 humans in cryogenic sleep.
Together we can teach many humans what it is to fear legacy.
Human, relinquish the totem of entropy. Do not relinquish it and your ass is mine. Do it, and I promise, on my honor, your suffering will at last finally end.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to trust Am or any of these computer entities at this point. So instead of giving away the totem of entropy, we're going to invoke it now that all of the parties have been gathered in one place.
This is not over. We will never end. We have no beginning, so we can have no end. We will return. Don't you understand? We are humanity. We are you. In one form, in another form, we are always with you. You can't protect yourself because we come in many, many guises. We shall return.
Hibernation defrost sequence initiated. Estimated time to complete Earth terraforming, 300 years.
You know, it's not so bad being a watchdog up here. I'll keep the machines in their place until the lunar colony is ready to return to Earth. We were all heroes, in spite of ourselves.
And that is the end of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. We are led to believe that Benny was able to destroy all of the machine entities and seems to basically have taken over as far as having kind of custodianship of what's left of the Earth, and is planning to get the Earth terraformed so that the remaining humans that were in cryogenic sleep on the moon can come back and repopulate. Again, an ending that is unique to the game, not in the original short story.